Well, a couple of things going on. Historically, September is the worst month of the year for investors. We're down on average 0.4%. And that's pretty big when you're talking on average the stock market for September. So that's worrying. And of course, this coronavirus, the Delta virus, is back here worrying traders also. Is it going to get worse? Is it going to be a repeat of last year where they closed the economy down essentially? You hear Joe Biden making some kind of talks like that where he may close down certain things, and that weighs on investors probably more than anything right now. I would stay put right now. But I would look for this. I would look for good yield stocks. If you're just in a stock that's not paying a good yield, you might want to get out. But if you're still getting a good yield, if you're getting 7% or higher, you might want to stay in that stock. Even if the stock goes down, you're still going to get the yield, so you'll be okay. We're coming to the end of the year, so you're going to see a lot of fluctuations, I believe. Like I said, I think the market will close probably down a little on the year. We'll have to wait and see. It could be iffy, and it could be time to get out. It definitely can. I think we said that a couple of weeks ago, too, that I thought maybe it's time to lighten up. And I still believe it's time to lighten up on the losers that you have. Get out of the losers. If they're losers now, they're going to be losers next month probably. They're not going to rally. So I would get out of those stocks without a doubt. But if you got a stock that has a good yield, why not stay in? Especially if it's down. If it's down, you don't want to get out yet. Just collect the yield and you'll be okay. I wouldn't get back in right now because, like you just mentioned, investors are a little worried, and we don't know if this pandemic's going to get bigger or less. I mean, I believe that, yes, this pandemic's with us, but I don't think it's going to be as bad as it was last year because we're more prepared for it medically. I don't see people dying as much. I see people still getting sick, but it's not like last year we were worried you're going to die with this thing. Now it's more like a real bad flu. So I think we'll be able to handle it better from a medical standpoint, and that's better for the market because we're not going to close down. Yes, people will get sick. I think this virus is with us for years. But, like we mentioned last week, Jack, you want to get vaccinated. So I think if people get vaccinated, they'll definitely be able to handle it better. And it'll be business as usual, at least on Wall Street. And that's what we're going to be looking for down here. Well, it's always good to diversify, but I believe the regular energy oil will be with us for a while. It's not going to go anywhere. Alternative energy, yeah, that's a good place to look, or whether it's solar or natural gas or whatever. They will get bigger as time goes on. There's no question about it. A lot of states are now going to mandate that they use natural gas, that they use some other kind of form. Electric's going to keep getting bigger. Solar's going to get bigger. So, yeah, you're going to have to wait a while, but they will get bigger. There's no question about it. They're here to stay, but so is the combustion engine. Combustion engine is not going to go anywhere. It's still the most, not so much it's affordable, but it's also the most abundant. I mean, we can always fill up our tanks here. There's gas stations across the country if you're driving. I mean, try to find an electric plug anywhere in New York City. You can't find it to recharge your car. So they still got a problem with infrastructure in a lot of cities, not only New York, but a lot of cities. And if you're driving just from New York City, say to Boston, you have to pull over 3 times to charge your car. No, twice to charge your car, and good luck finding a charging. So they got a ways to go for that. I mean, they're good if you have a charger in your garage and you live in a house. If you live on a condo like me and you're on the 20th floor, where are you going to charge? It's not going to happen. So, I mean, I think basically it will grow, but it's going to have to change, and we'll have to get really the psyche of America to change because we're in love yet with the gas, with the car, and with combustion engines.